Hello, everybody. My name is Diego, and I'm here with a new podcast for you guys. And this podcast, Hug Your Soul, a podcast created for immigrants and people uh, that wants to know more about immigrants' life and immigration's process and people getting adopted to a new country and mental health, which is really important. So last episode, I talked about my cousin and how important was his experience for me and how it helped me. So I talk about my experience in the U.S. in the first episode. I want to talk about my experience again by year. So, this is something that really helped me to get things out that I never tell anybody. So 2020 was really rough. I think I moved in June. I think it was June. And yeah. So basically, it was really sad. Just the week before I was gonna leave. It was really sad. Because I was like, oh, grandma, grandpa, I'm leaving soon. Only 7 days left. Try to spend the most time with them. We couldn't go out, I think, because of COVID and all that. But I still have had a great time with them, even though of COVID, of course. But helped me to spend more time with them, being inside, being at home, talking to them. I remember my grandpa's stories too. Amazing, the best thing ever. And I'm glad that I was there with them and I had such a great time with them. I think spending time with your family is the most important thing that you can do, and the most hurtful to leave behind. I mean, not really leave behind, just leave your home. It's the most. Is the hardest thing in the world, I think, or losing one person of your family is the hardest thing and the hurtful thing. So 2021, that week was really rough. Spent every day with my family, with my grandpa, with my aunt, with my uncle, and my cousin Angie, which she's like my sister. She's Walter's sister, younger sister. She's 24 right now, and I grew up with her too. We were like siblings, me, Walter, and Angie. It was the person I used to talk a lot with, talk about my problems, talk about my life, talk about school with. It was just really nice. It's just basically having a older sister. But yeah. Then the week that I moved. So the first day, just going that plane was really hurtful. My dad came to get me. He flew to get me, and then we flew together to the U.S. Just it was really rough saying goodbye at the airport. Everybody was crying. My grandpa, my grandmother, my uncle, my aunt, my cousin, and even my dad was crying to see them crying. But yeah, I mean, I was really struggling during that time. The pandemic really hit me because of everything that happened, everything that I was going through in my life. My mother passed away. I was remembering that every day, and it just made me feel really depressed and anxious. I was having a lot of issues with mental health, and I thought that moving with my dad was gonna help me to have a new beginning and better life, better opportunities, better education, of course. And that was the main thing that I moved here. Going to college, better security, better education, as I said, better opportunities for jobs. um, creating stronger connection with my family, my dad, and my stepmother and my siblings. So the day I got into that plane and I just sat there and started kind of basically crying because it was really sad leaving my family that I grew up with and the family that raised me, my grandparents that were always present in my life. After my mom passed, they were super strong because imagine having the pain that being hurt after your daughter passed and being able to raise your grandson. It's just amazing, and I'm eternally grateful for that, and I love them. Yeah. So I got in the plane, started crying. We got here to the U.S. I met. It was midnight actually, so I couldn't like really met my step siblings because they were sleeping. And my stepmom was sleeping. And so I just got home with my dad. We got in the house. Um, everybody was sleeping, so the only thing to do that day was like sleeping, but I wasn't able to sleep. I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep. I remember that so well. Couldn't sleep, and went to bed at like 3, 4 a.m. or like 3, 4, 5, or 5 a.m. I don't know. I think it was 5. It was really late. But yeah, I met my stepmother. She was here actually when we got into the house. She woke up and I literally just said hi, and she went to bed and I went to my room that they gave me. And yep, that was what happened that day. The next day, I think we got here on a it was a Saturday, so um the, it was like 1 a.m. on a Saturday that we got here. Stay up until 5. I woke up and basically just oh yeah, I woke up at like 11, and my dad took me to get food. We went to Chick-fil-A. We had a really deep chat, and so how things were. I didn't know any English, so I couldn't order my food. My dad ordered for me and recommended me what to get, and it was really really hard to see that big change, that different weather. No. There wasn't a bit different weather because it was summer actually. So sorry about that. But yeah, I felt that different weather during winter. It was so cold that year, and it was hard. But yeah, that day we stuck and we spent time together. I met my step siblings. They were like, "Who's this guy?" They were my little sister was like 1 year old, and my little brother was. I think my little brother was like 4. Or he was 4. He was 4. Yeah, he was 4 years old, and they were like, "Who is this guy? I'd never seen him in my life." Yeah. Months were passing. Online school start going. In English. Start with ESL classes. Not gonna lie. I feel that there should be something. It should be a program like counseling advice and advisors should pay more attention to international students or immigrants, people that just moved to the U.S. Because I was like really struggling during that time. I was like so isolated. But I actually met people, and that summer, by playing basketball, and I just like went to play basketball every single day that summer. Like, I tried to speak English. Like, it wasn't good, but like I was trying, and I made a couple friends at the park. And that was something that really helped me to not feel isolated. And yeah, months were passing, online school was done, and I learned a lot of English that year by communicating with the people at the park, by communicating with my stepmother because she doesn't speak Spanish at all. she's Vietnamese. I learned about her culture a lot too, different lifestyle that they have. Not like, I mean, she's adapted to the U.S., but she has different beliefs and different perspectives, different culture, different food. Try a lot of Vietnamese food, and yep. So sophomore year, started going to school. Uh, person. It was really rough. Didn't know anybody. Everybody was like, "Who's this kid? I don't know this new kid." Took me a couple months to get adapted, and I made friends. I started playing lacrosse, and everybody just spoke English. No, none of them could speak Spanish. So I tried to speak English and speak English with everybody. My actually something that I did is like, because I didn't like to hang out with Spanish speakers, that I started just hanging out with people that their first language was English and not Spanish or other languages, or people that just couldn't speak Spanish, because I felt that if they were like speaking Spanish, only speak Spanish, I would just like only spoke Spanish to them, because of course it's what is our first language, and that's not something that could help me to learn a new language as I did. Just being around people that their main language English just helped me a lot to communicate. And yep. Then junior year, joined lacrosse team. Made a lot of friends. Focused a lot of school. Learn English. It was pretty good. Not perfect, but try. And yep. Senior year was amazing. It was a great year. No more isolated. Um, just had a great year. Uh, did go to school. Uh, um, Something that really helped me in the process were my siblings. Like, I used to hang out with my sister a lot, and she's like my favorite person in the world. Um, she just helped me, like when I was feeling down, just hang out with her and play with her, and that's why I have a lot of love for children. I think they're amazing. Um, so me and my stepsister used to like take her out. We used to go to we still hang out I used to take her like every weekend to the zoo. For example, we used to go to baseball games with my little brother. We used to go to basketball games as well, any type of games. I used to take them to playgrounds, and I used to take them to eat, take them on walks, around the neighborhood or to the park. We used to play basketball with my brother, and play video games, watch TV, watch movies together. I used to buy them stuff like toys. And I started working. My mind was stay busy with school, busy with work. So didn't really feel isolated. Didn't really think about didn't really overthink, and that's something that really hurt me. Overthinking. I lost my fear of speaking in front of a lot of people, like um, expressing myself and talking in general, because I used to be scared of people to judge me because of my accent. Yeah, 2024 is just an amazing year. Start college, and actually my cousin Angie just moved to the U.S. because she got a job at the International Development Bank, and she been here since February, and just made me feel closer to home, and just made me feel better. Create a better connection with my family, my stepmom, my siblings, of course, and my dad. Still working, and I was part of the ESL Honor Society. That was something that really made me feel good, because I was able to help people that were struggling as I was. And I'm always open to talk about my experience and I'm always open to give advices if people would like to hear my advice, and also think that it is important to listen to people and check on them and see how they're doing, because that's what we're made for. We have to love our people, our brothers, and our community should be aware of that. Everybody should be aware of how it makes us gonna feel. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I'll be right back. I'll be back with another episode soon, and hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.